Are you an indie podcast or content creator looking to reach a wider audience? Look no further. Introducing Podcastic, the ultimate podcast network designed exclusively for indie creators like you. At Podcastic, we believe in the power of unique voices and fresh perspectives. We're here to amplify your passion and creativity, connecting you with the growing community of engaged listeners who crave original content. Podcastic is more than just a platform. It's a support system built for indie podcasters, offering a range of resources to help you succeed. From tailored promotional campaigns to professional production assistance, we're here to help you shine. Our intuitive platform makes it easy for you to be seen and heard. We do all the heavy lifting for you. You just show up and create. Plus, with our advanced analytics, you'll gain valuable insights into your audience's preferences, allowing you to refine your content and grow your fan base. Ignite your passion, expand your reach, and thrive with podcasting. Visit our website at www.podcasticlife.com to get started. Podcasting, the home for indie podcasts and content creators.
Hey!
Hello!
You see, you got Fox in the building.
Yes, yes!
We want you to come join us for the Oscars!
The Oscars. This is going to be the best event around. Are you with us, by the way? Of course you are, yes. But we're going to be presenting the best of the best.
The best of the best.
No, really best of the best.
The best of the best. And not just in podcasts, but in movies. You know, we have the whole Detroit movie scene on Tubi.
And it's good, too. It's really good.
It's really good. Good drama.
What about the night? What about the event? Just being there. How was that?
That is going to be so much fun. We're going to have a great DJ. We're going to have great food.
Ooh, yes.
So you need to go over to theposcars.com and get your tickets.
And we're going to be there.
We're going to be there. We're your host.
We're giving out the awards.
And we're going to look amazing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
August 16th. See you there.
Bye.
Focus Hope. Bye.
TNT Cakes, Creations, and More, where we specialize in red velvet and strawberry cheesecake, chocolate-covered strawberries, custom baby boxes, custom signs, custom tees and sweatshirts, custom sports balls, graduation accessories, custom glasses and tumblers, custom license plates, heat transfers, custom office signs. TNT Cakes, Creations, and More. Give us a call.
This episode of the Big Flexx Strongcast is sponsored by Gym Animal Muscle Gang brand. If you are looking for some help reaching your health and fitness goals with one-on-one training, group training, meal plans, nutritional advice, and more, visit GAMGfitness.com. Do you want to look great while working out with the dopest workout apparel, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, joggers, skull caps, tank tops, and more? Visit www.gamgfitness.com or email us at gamgpodcast7@gmail.com. Don't forget to visit us on Instagram or Facebook under Gym Animal Muscle Gang Fitness. Or give us a call at 313-378-7274. That's 313-378-7274.
Yo, guess who's back? Guess who's back? It's the GAMG, the Big Flexx Strongcast, y'all. I am your host, John Q in this bitch, y'all. What up, though?
What up?
Yeah, buddy. Hey, look, we got a full house in here tonight. You know what I'm saying? Say, we got to make it up for y'all from last week. So I have to my right with the hoodie on, looking like you ready to kick some ass or something. Don Snipes in the building. What up, though, Don?
What's the word?
Yeah, man. You want to let out some aggression or something? No?
I let out enough a couple weeks ago. Shout out to Miss Jacqueline, the Muscle Whisperer.
Okay, all right. She got you together then.
She got me together.
All right. Coming on down. Hot. True Toast in the building. What up, though, Drew?
What up, though?
Yeah. Boy been on a hiatus for a minute. You know what I'm saying? What, you been out there in Jamaica somewhere, man?
Nah, Russia.
He said Russia. What up, though, with you?
Shit, slow motion, man. Trying to stay out the way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. And, of course, we already got to say Latoya the Shine in the building. Say the birthday girl.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Yeah. Y'all send her some cash after something. Put out the information.
Please do. TOYIA808.
Yeah.
Hey, we need to get like a little spirit fingers emoji too, because that was what she was just doing. She was hit us with the
It's like jazz hands, man.
a little spirit fingers.
That was like a jazz hands.
Oh, okay.
This is jazz. Wild.
Jazz fingers.
I thought that was the spirit fingers. It was like,
Yeah.
Saying, of course, we have a special guest in the building. It is the amazing, super dope, super everything. You know what I'm saying? This is her second time coming back, to the GAMG, the Big Flex Strong Cast. The owner of Feeling Healthy Vibes, firstfitness.com. Also, host of Detroit City Deals. Also, her new venture, Detroit Nouns. All right.
Yes.
And
Detroit Nouns.
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 Yeah.
People, place, and things.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Beautiful and smart. I love it. Give it up.
Lauren Lewis in the building. Say welcome back. Welcome back, y'all.
It's nice to be in a group and welcome back amongst winners.
Yeah, definitely. Say we had the 3 people that's up in here. You know what I'm saying? We got this walk coming up Saturday right after the Oscars. So of course we got Doc from Podcastic, Lauren, and myself. So all y'all people that registered, y'all gonna have a surprise for y'all. You know what I'm saying, when y'all come out there. And
what time is that for everybody?
That's 10 o'clock Saturday morning.
Oh, that's wild. Okay, bad.
Yeah, the free walk, man. It was a free. So walk. Hey, look, walk for health.
What's the location?
DeQuinder Cut.
The Wilkins.
Yeah, at the Wilkins entrance.
It's gonna be a lot of folk down there on Joan. They have like the all cast class reunion or something. And they're going on a boat ride.
Okay.
On the Princess that morning or whatever. That's gonna be Doc down there.
Oh, dope.
It's the exact same time. So yeah, it'll be a nice little,
Yeah.
So with that being said, get your ass down there early and find a spot to park.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going.
We really
with this.
want y'all to get down there between 9:30.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because we want to go ahead and get
there's gonna be a lot
away.
of people. Yeah. And you can and parking can either be done at the spot where the carousel is. Some people park down near the Rensian. That costs. And then some people park right across the street directly from the water fountain. There's a parking lot right there on Griswold. So just get down there early. There used to be a lot where that was like wide open where you can park at. Believe it or not, I went down there last weekend or a few weeks ago rather, sorry. And it was somebody bought it and it's all gated off right now.
Okay.
So definitely just get down there and if you can come early, park in the it's free parking in the area where they have the big carousel and you can get food and snacks and the bike rental.
Yeah.
I forget what the fuck that's called, but
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
And
you know
if
what
you
I'm
don't,
saying?
you'll find out Saturday.
Yeah, you'll find out Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Down there at the Eastern Market, so for the most part. All right? All right, so look, how was y'all strong again real quick? You know what I'm saying? Let's run it down. We'll start with, we're going to start with our guest today. Lauren, how was your strong again?
You know my strong end was good. I have 2 beautiful twin
Yeah, clap that
grandbabies.
shit. Yeah, clap it up. Hey, look, the engineer and shit ain't playing around. We don't have some real claps.
Boys, Nazir
Congratulations.
and Kobe.
Yeah.
Yes,
Nice.
they're beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
2 little kings.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations
That's
again.
So wait, how old are they?
They are actually 6 days old.
Oh, wow.
6 days.
6 days.
Yeah. 6 days. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
two little Leos.
Yeah. So actually, they were born 2 days before your birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to me.
Wow, okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
Yikes.
you.
All right. What about you?
We need some good grandmothers. It's there's some
need
grandmothers
that.
out
There
here
you go.
That's not grandma.
You know, we always have a discussion between saying
it's a lot of
elders and old niggas. You know,
it's a lot of glamours and a lot of other things going on.
It's funny you should say that because a lot of people said, you should have them call you grandma. I don't care if they call me granny. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grandmother. I don't care nothing about that. I want them to be successful. I don't care about nothing. I want, it's like when you're younger, you don't. You still living your life. I'm at the point now, I've experienced so much. I am a grandmother.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I ain't got a problem with it. I'm owned up to it. I'm ready for my...
Yeah, I mean,
and you can impart that wisdom to, you know what I'm saying, to their parent. Like, that's needed, man. It's a lot of times where, I definitely miss, my grandmother. I would chop it up with her, kick it with her about various different things, and as she got older, I just enjoyed spending time with her. That's just it. I mean, the experience that a grandmother or a grandfather can bring is invaluable, to children. So shout out to that for sure.
Yeah, and I'm really blessed. What I like is that my children are grown, but they all enjoy spending time with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's huge. A lot of people, I've always put my family first, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? As far as raising them. And most of it I did single. Yeah. But still, that was my most important part. And the most I was proud of is being able to hold my own and take care of mine. Yeah. And for them to, now, they hold their own, but it's just a compliment. Yeah. It's a compliment, especially when you have sons and they like, okay, I don't have to ask them for anything. They're doing their own thing and I can still stay relevant, but still them wanting to be around me and do things. Yeah. So I think that's nice. I love that.
Yeah, that should be commended.
That's a testament to you as a mother, I must say.
Absolutely. Awesome. All right, now what about you, sis? How was your strong end? I know you had probably something real wild for your Earth Day, your birthday.
I actually didn't do anything extremely wild.
What? What? No.
I did not.
Hey, look, any other random week? Yeah.
Right. So those are random weeks. I was very intentional about my energy leading up to my birthday.
Okay.
As soon as I stepped into August, I'm always pretty intentional and focused, but I had some changes within myself that I wanted to focus on. Yeah. Some things that I wanted to let go of, some things that I wanted to do different this year in terms of energy is major. 2024 being the 8, my birthday, 8880. 8 is big for me. Yeah. It's my 44th. That equals 8. Like, this year for me just signifies a huge energy shift. And I wanted to be really intentional about honing into that. Yeah. So I actually protected my energy for the entire week. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I did absolutely nothing but focus on myself. I didn't hang out with anybody. I didn't have any big birthday dinner or plans. I did go to dinner Saturday, and then I went to the park and walked around, sat down, enjoyed the water. I had dinner at Mojave Cantina.
Okay.
Amazing Mexican food. 10 out of 10 recommend. And the drinks were good. I did have drinks Saturday.
Put some hot sauce on my burrito, baby.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And then Sunday was just another chill day. So, no, I was very intentional this year about protecting my energy and not doing anything crazy.
All right. 2 toes, man. Hey, look, man. I already know you got about to say, I don't know if you probably got a whole movie of shit. What you get into, man?
I just hung out with my cousins, man. We had Cousins Day Saturday.
Okay.
We hung out at Stovall Park, played Phase 10. I lost. Sad about that. But we did that just about all Saturday. I had a few things I was supposed to do, but, when I link up with those guys, shit, it'd be like we kids again, Yeah. That shit was epic. We ate good and talked about each other till it was time to go. So that shit was cool. That was Saturday.
What's Phase 10?
It's a game, card game. I think the people that made Uno made it. It's like 10 phases, and everybody get 10 cards, and you got to complete the phase to go to the next phase. So whatever the phase is on the card, you got to complete that phase and to get to the next phase. That's 10 phases.
Until you get down to it's a really fun game.
It can take forever too.
It can take forever.
That thing can take about 3 hours.
Shit, it took us about 6.
Y'all must have a drink.
Try 5 crowns. If you like phase 10, try 5 crowns. It goes faster. It's almost the same thing as phase 10.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get
5 crowns.
5 crowns.
Okay.
All right.
Sunday, we shot a video. My main man, Real, I featured on this song called Legendary. We was on Burwood.
All right, shout it up. All right.
For sure. We had to shoot
Hey
it
man,
in the
so
hood.
you ain't send it to me, man. You got to send us the video, man.
We just shot it yesterday, so he edited and all that. So it'll be ready.
You gotta get quick, man.
Yeah, it'll be ready for consumption, man. You know, it'll be on the platforms in a minute. But that's his thing, man. I just featuring on it, but it was fun. We was on the block. A couple of people from the hood came through there. You know, it was kind of fun. So
Okay.
I had fun this weekend.
All right.
Strong end. I'm sorry.
All right.
Good stuff.
All right, Mr. Snipes. How was your strong end, brother?
My strong game was spent recuperating and resting, laying around in the bed, not doing a MF thing.
Okay. My friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it, man. I went to I just came back from Cali. I was out in Cali for 5-6 days, and man, it was I went and saw this lady called the Muscle Whisperer, and she does emotional trauma release, like just pent up trauma that's been stored in the body, stored in the cells. And it was an experience, to say the least. I saw her for a session Saturday and then Sunday, and then I came back home Wednesday morning.
Okay.
And so I didn't get into too much of nothing for the rest of the week. I just tried to, chill on out. A lot of ice baths and all that other kind of stuff. You know? So,
okay.
But yeah, it was, and just kind of reflecting on, what I learned about myself from that experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Clap that shit up, man.
Yeah.
You be always coming up with some shit, man. Yeah. It's a hard follow, you know what I'm saying? Say, look, as far as my strong end, man, all I did was I hung out with the fellas, man, for a little bit, you know what I'm saying, down at, I think that place, Etori or something, EATORI or something, downtown.
Downtown off of Griswold.
Yeah,
Capital Park.
Yeah. So it was cool, you know what I'm saying, to hang
Little
out
bar
with,
slash supermarket.
Yeah, happy birthday to Sean, Big Sean Benny in the building.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You know, so hey, look, from August, September, it's a whole lot of birthdays going around.
It's a lot of birthdays.
Yeah.
They about to start flooding in our family. Yikes.
Already started.
Yikes.
Yeah. You know, so that and then like the strong end before, I did go check out Deadpool and that Wolverine. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, man, just been taking it easy, man, working and everything else. You know. All right.
Yeah, that was a good movie, by the way.
You like that?
I did.
There we go. That was the only issue. Yeah.
What was it?
It was too many
white gay jokes and black gay jokes are different.
Yeah, it was a lot.
It was just over the top with it. You know what I'm saying? Like every other minute. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like,
is that Ryan Gosling?
Reynolds.
Reynolds. Yeah. You know.
But the
movie was good.
The movie was good. The
should've been
cameos
silent.
was good. Yeah, but I would have to agree with that. It was too many.
It should have been silent.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what I'm saying. All right, hey, look, before we get into the interview real quick or whatever, True Toast, I know you got some things on your mind, right? That you want to go ahead and pop off real quick.
We this weekend we giving away backpacks and school supplies to the kids.
There we go.
I'm doing free haircuts. I don't know how many other barbers doing it, but I'm excited to do those haircuts, get them kids ready for school. Hopefully those haircuts get some A's out their asses, you know. Yeah. So
where is all the information?
It's at Loyola on Pinehurst. I'm not sure of the address, but it's easy to find. You'll see all the commotion
Finkel
out there.
Finkel and Pinehurst. Yep.
Cross streets, Finkel and Myers.
Yeah.
In between
School
Wyoming and Myers.
They bought the school bag?
Say it one more time.
They bought the school bag?
Yes.
Loyola, yeah. It's
yes.
It's going down. It's gonna be big, man. It's gonna be basketball games, to stop the violence movement versus the Detroit Police Department, and a hood, celebrity, inner city celebrity game. I'm gonna be hosting the game, and definitely gonna be doing those tapers. I hope to get as many in as possible because I found out today actually that I get designated to go in on September 9th. So this Sunday gonna be monumental because I won't be able to do it for a few years, and I'm gonna be chopping it up. I hope I get 100 heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'm excited about it, man. I love the kids, man. I want them to be all right. So if I can help them, I'm gonna do it. I'm talking about with a passion. I'm gonna do it.
Yes. Thank you.
There you go.
Sure.
There you go.
Yes.
That's how we do that. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, Snipes, you got anything you want to add?
No.
All right.
Listen, I'm sorry. I do want to add this. I was talking to Cuz today, and again, he just celebrated his birthday. So shout out
happy
to
birthday.
Because
Big Ray.
I asked him how'd he feel, and he's just like, man, I'm at a place in life where, I enjoy, spending time with, family, friends, and loved ones. You know what I'm saying? And I think that there's a lot of that going around as a whole right now, where people, starting to realize, hey, there are other important things out there than always just, you know what I'm saying, getting crazy and, getting caught up in a lot of drama and trauma and all of those silliness.
Yeah.
He shared a funny story with me, but about how, sometimes you go places and, nowadays some young folk, they can just be wild and unruly. You know what I'm saying? He says a young cat up in the gym had the speaker going and just blasting music, and he like, man, we around folk, you know what I'm saying? So you might want to just chill on that for a minute till you get up out of here.
Yeah.
And Buddy, caught a little attitude about it, and he said, man, you know what? He said, when I was younger, I might have approached it this way, but you know what? I'm using my discernment in a different way right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just to even hear men, share examples of, making different decisions, you know what I'm saying, choosing peace, you know what I'm saying, over discord and all those other things, because at the end of the day, some people, they're going to receive things and some people not going to receive things.
Yeah.
And I feel like the older you get, the more you have to use wisdom to say, you know what, this is not my moment for you to receive this from me, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna bless you, say a prayer for you, and keep it moving. So, but definitely shout out to Cuz, man.
All right. Happy birthday, Cuz. All right. Say, Toya, you want to add something real quick? I ain't gonna forget about you. I know you said that you ain't had no tea time this week.
I'm good.
No, okay.
I'm good this week.
All right. So look, like I said, welcome back, to Lauren Lewis in the building. So clap that. Hey, man. Yeah, man. You get a little today. Yeah. So tell everybody about a little bit about yourself real quick, and about First Fitness and feeling healthy vibes, Detroit City Deals, and a new venture with Detroit Nouns.
All right. Well, I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit, I guess you say. I've always been intrigued by people who start
got 800 jobs. She's the hardest working woman up here.
Yeah, it's like, because you know what? People ask you what are you good at? It's like I'm always on a quest. I really don't know, but what I know I do enjoy is helping people.
Yeah.
What motivates me is what motivates somebody else. Like, what made you start that job? What made you do that? Like, how did you come up with that business? So that's how kind of Detroit City Deals came about, because anytime you start a business, you don't start out with a marketing budget.
Yeah.
It's hard. So I created a space and a platform where you could advertise online. It's affordable.
Yeah.
So it doesn't break the bank.
Yeah.
And you can get professional exposure on the website. But then I thought about it, I'm like, well, I don't know how to get everything across. Of course, talking to Miles, and he's like, I know what you need to do. You need a podcast. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't think that's me. I'm more of a behind the scenes person, not up front. I like to just do what I'm going to do and let that happen and be happy for people. Mm-hmm. He's like, no, you need a podcast. So it'll be 3 years next year when I do the podcast. So I've had over 140 interviews now. Yes. And so I love it because I get to be a part of other people's dreams.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so intriguing because everybody, like I said, everybody has a day one. You don't know where this business is going to go. I don't judge anybody. It's like I will interview anyone because everybody got to have a chance. I feel like that. You know, a lot of people always have all this resident expert advice for people, but you got to find your own way.
Yeah.
But when they're in that interview, you can just see their face light up about, and I called it this, and I got the name from here. And you can just see their world just change because now it's all about them. And I just get to be a part of that. And so those Detroit City deals and the podcast are a blended combination of how it's kind of like the website is one thing, the platform, but the podcast to me is the most rewarding because I get to be a part of other people's dreams. Yeah, and that's I love it. Now, kind of feeling healthy vibes. What happened with me? My mother. I'm an only child. It's kind of like everybody adopts me, so I have a lot of play sisters and brothers.
Yeah,
and my mother had a stroke in 2019, and it just scared me so bad when I went because my mother was very independent as well. And so, you know, she would go to her doctor's appointments on her own until she got ill. I go with her. But when I seen the history, I was like, oh, my God. My mom had so many things that was going on, but she was so strong, she never complained.
Yeah.
But it scared me. Because I'm like, I'm going to be facing all these same issues, you know. So my mental, because I was so depressed about my mother because she was my everything.
Yeah.
She hadn't passed yet, but I was like, I didn't know anything about health care, anything. But I promised my mother, I'm going to take care of you. And it was really incredible. She had a sore that just kept getting larger and larger, and they told me that it had to be taken care of. And I'm like, they wanted to put her in a facility, and I'm like, no. I stayed at St. Mary's for 30 days with my mother. I would go home for 1 hour. My kids would come so that I could go back, take a shower, change my clothes, because my mother didn't know where she was.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not leaving you. So I stayed at St. Mary's for 30 days. She didn't want to go to rehabilitation or anything. And I'm like, Lord, I don't know anything about medical, nothing. So lo and behold, it comes time to have to change this dress, and I'm outside literally on my knees. I'm dressed, you know, but it broke me down so bad. I'm literally screaming in the parking lot of the hospital because I'm like, and I promised my mother I'm gonna bring her home, but I'm like, I don't know nothing about wound care, none of this stuff, you know. And it tore me down so bad because all I knew I had was this undying love for my mother.
Yeah.
And I wasn't no way I was going to tell her I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? There's no way I was going to do that. Sure enough, I brought my mother home that one day. Don't you know that dressing fell off before I could have a nurse to come?
Wow.
I could have passed out. And I was sitting there, I'm like, so I was like, I'm just going to close my eyes. I remember going through this. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm just going to feel around until I can kind of get myself together. When I tell you, God is amazing. I don't know what came over me that day.
Yeah.
I irrigated that thing, started changing it. Henry Ford sent a nurse out every week, right, to monitor me. I started researching, got online, just started looking at everything. I talked to a nurse, and they were telling me about this stuff called Silverzorb, right? Mm-hmm. And you had to have a prescription, but when you got insurance, Henry Ford won't pay for it. And when you get older, it's a blessing and a curse because they don't spend money on you. Mm-hmm. Because they want to do all this experimental stuff when you're older because they feel like you got a quality of life. So kind of after all of that happened, they started coming to once a week. And they were like, okay, so how long have you been in school? And I'm like, I've never gone to school for this. You know what I'm saying? It's like this flesh is growing back. It's like, what are you doing? I had to call all over the United States, and finally I found one company in Texas that allowed me to get that medication. It was $300 a tube.
Wow.
And it helped that skin grow back and everything. But Henry Ford, the nurse, came out. She's like, well, how long have you been in healthcare? I said, I'm not in healthcare. I'm like, this is just love for my mama. Yeah. I'm not going to. She's always been there for me. So it's like, in a way, I was going to turn my back on her.
Did the medicine actually contain some silver in it?
Yes, it did. It's called Silverzorb. If anybody has a wound that's deep, I'm telling you, that Silverzorb is a miracle. It will heal that flesh.
Wow.
It will actually start growing your flesh back. So, but I didn't know anything about it. Somebody had to tell me. And then, so many people told me no. And I still found somebody online, and they used to ship it to me literally from Texas. But that's kind of how Feeling Healthy Vibes came about, because I said, I didn't know what to do. I said, there's got to be a lot of other people. It scared me to want to focus on my health. Mm-hmm. So after I seen so many things, diabetes, heart, hypertension, everything that she was going through, I'm like, this is genetic. Some of this, like, oh my God, I'm gonna, end up having some problems. So I kind of got scared straight, if that makes sense. So that's how Feeling Healthy Vibes came about. But First Fitness was a supplement company that mirrors up to that, so that I can give people plant-based alternatives to synthetic, medication. I don't tell anybody to come off a medication at all, but it's a plant-based, gluten-free, vegan, with the exception of the collagen. All the products are plant-based. So that's how Feeling Healthy Vibes and First Fitness kind of mirrored each other. They're hand in hand as well.
And where can people check out, say, firstfitness.com?
Okay, you go to lauren.firstfitness.com.
All right.
Yeah.
So y'all make sure y'all tap in, all right?
Skincare, wellness. Different things for digestive problems, detox, cleanse, even rehydration, pre and post workout. So SBN Energy and the rehydration are really two good products, especially if you work out.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So what about, say, your new venture, the Detroit Nouns?
That's a venture with Okani Media Group. Miles Dixon. So it's a collaborative where it's powered by Detroit City Deals, because what we want to do is give more information out in the community about people, places, and things, events that are going on, businesses, and just editorials about people and their interview, their story. So it's kind of powered. It just kind of links right into Detroit City Deals, but that's what now people, places, and things.
Okay.
All right.
That's dope.
And you do say you have a website already up for that, right?
I've been running.
DetroitNouns.com.
DetroitNouns.com. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right. So look, I also have you here. So of course, we were speaking about the walk on the 17th. So how did you come up with, say, the idea for this walk?
Well, when I hadn't started working out, the only thing I knew to do was to walk.
Right. Okay.
And one of the most healthiest things for you.
Absolutely.
But what happened was I was so down and depressed that walking became therapeutic.
Yeah.
So what I would do is I would start walking, then I realized I just kept walking. I mean, not like the Forrest Gump.
Right.
Start out, end up in Toledo.
Just kept walking and going.
It's
then
my
I was
free
in Canada.
space. It is. It's my free space.
Yeah.
And then it don't cost nothing. And it's like, it's so therapeutic. If you really get into it, once you get past like 20, 30 minutes, it's just like everything just started opening up. My mind was clear. And I got to get rid of some of that little mental that was trying to hang on, So I've just started with walking. So I would do 10,000 steps, a day.
Is that 3 miles?
So it's like almost, about 3.5, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that's kind of what I do. And I said, well, that's something people can start out with. It's a foundation. I feel like you can build from there. But if you start walking and you get used to that, then, of course, you just add to it.
Yeah.
But,
Absolutely.
So that's how I came up with the walk. And so just everything kind of stems the motivation really around my mother and the health and everything. So
because you do a walk from your hometown, too, in Indianapolis.
Yep,
right?
I do a walk. Yep, in honor. I give a scholarship every year in honor of my mom.
Okay.
At church. So it's for young adults who are doing something community-based. That's the one thing that I don't see a lot of children doing. One, I hate it that a lot of children are not in sports anymore. I think sports are so fundamental.
Yeah.
gym, all of that is so. They need to bring that back.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, what it is now is you got a lot of these programs and stuff like that where people got to pay for, like, as far as like the football, the AA,
Yes,
all
it's
that kind of stuff.
expensive.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's very expensive too. So, they ain't taking a lot of stuff out of schools. You know what I mean? Or the stuff that's in schools or whatever. They made it now to that point where you
they
have
monetize it.
Yeah,
and,
you got to
it
come
helps
out your
with
pocket.
social
Yeah.
development though, because you
Yeah,
learn
it
to
does.
win and lose.
Yeah.
Learn how to
And you learn teamwork.
teamwork.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you learn to take a fucking loss.
Yeah.
And you
Absolutely.
learn that it's okay after you take that loss, and the camaraderie that you share with other individuals that you partake in that loss.
with.
Yes.
I just posted up. I said, how you expect
to win
if you don't fucking
If
lose?
you never.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a hell of a
I think losing the best part of winning.
And here's the thing, I think
The best part of winning.
that even in our educational system where they have the No Child Left Behind, that too is a way sometimes where they're pacifying people. And now you pushing people along because you don't want them to feel bad, because you don't want them left behind. But now they get to a certain grade level and they can't compete. They can't comprehend.
Yeah.
They don't understand certain basic concepts. And now, here's my deal. It's embarrassing to them. Their self-confidence is bad. Their self-esteem is messed up. Okay, so I personally believe back in the day when they, excuse my language, flunk your ass, and you might be in the 7th, 8th grade with a nigga 18, 19. Hey, but listen, here's the deal.
Yeah.
At some point, that same motherfucker said, man, you know what? I ain't doing this shit no more. Like, I'm about to learn this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get myself together because I'm 19 in middle school right now. What's going on? And yeah, it might have been a little bit of embarrassment, but here's my deal, right? I had a older person tell me a long time ago, a person who does not understand the power of shame and guilt when it's used in a positive way. See, that help people to change. They say a person with no shame and no guilt, that's a dangerous person.
Yes, it is.
You understand what I'm saying? You dangerous when you have no shame and no guilt about nothing.
You don't have no standards.
So,
Yeah. All right.
So true.
All right.
I
So-
think the other thing with the sports and even the No Kid Left Behind, I hate that they implemented that.
Yeah.
But it removes discipline.
Yeah.
It removes a lot of structure. And that's one of the things that I think is important for kids to be in sports, is that structure, that discipline, that regimen. And we're taking that away from them because the parents can't afford it.
To be organized.
Yeah.
and perseverance.
Yeah.
Perseverance, yeah.
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 You remember ABC
Straight up character
Sports?
building.
Remember they said the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat?
Yeah.
That is
Yes.
so true.
Yeah, it
'Cause
is.
Yes.
You lose, you feel like your world is just crumble. I remember I used to go home, I played volleyball and ran track. If I didn't win, man, I couldn't even eat. I didn't
Yeah,
want to
I
talk
take that
about
shit
it. I didn't want to answer
personal.
the
Yeah, me
phone.
too.
I mean, I had to grow. I had to grow and learn. So what did I have to do? I had to work harder. You know, sometimes your coach would be the person you would hate the most.
Yep.
You'd be like, oh, I couldn't, you didn't want them saying nothing to you, but that's where all your development
Yeah.
came in.
Yeah.
Because if you can't listen to other people or take, it doesn't matter how old you are. You know, it's so funny. People say, I'm this age. You always in a position to learn. Don't think that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Somebody always knows more than you, and there's always somebody that has something of value to share with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to call people dumb or stupid or something like that because I value myself as being extremely intelligent, But it's dudes that know how to do stuff that I don't know how to do in my extreme intelligence, So I can't call him stupid or dumb or whatever word I used to use because he can call me the same thing, Like I may know how to read, write, I can comprehend, I can count, all that kind of stuff, but I can't even I don't even know how to line my own mustache up, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a barber, so it's like you can. I know people who get their hands dirty, like on to HVAC school. The instructor was saying how the separation of the two, you got people that know the terminology, but they can't point you to none of the stuff they know the terminology
book
to,
smart. Yeah.
Like they say,
They
point
lack
me
the
to
mechanical skills to
because they don't
get the
have no
job
hands
done.
on. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? He was like I would much rather teach you to do it than teach you the terminology, because the terminology ain't gonna get nothing done. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I take that, and you know, I learned from that guy too. That what he said, it made a lot of sense to me. So
you get both of them though.
Yeah, for sure.
You can get both.
Here's the deal, and I agree with you, and I agree with what you said, Miles. I've been in the trade since '99, and along the way, I've met many tradesmen that at some point they might have tried to take their builder's license exam, couldn't pass it for whatever reason, but hell of a businessman. Hell of a contractors, hell of a carpenters, all right? And that taught me a long time ago. Don't let that shit go to your head, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now, to speak to what Miles said, but at some point, you have those individuals that they are so good at what they do, it would behoove them to reach that level of mastery so that now they can start to understand things a little better. And believe it or not, what I've found is that people that are really, really good at what they do, when they add that book smart stuff to them, they get even better. They turn into great.
I'm great at what they do.
Because here's the deal. They probably using things and getting stuff done in a way that they only know, but once they really learn, they say, oh man, what? And they really get to cooking up some stuff. Like I said, I know some really talented individuals that are very adroit with their hands, but for whatever reason, you know. And again, what I've learned, sometimes people they get nervous when they take tests.
Yeah.
You know, test taking is a skill within itself. You know, interviewing people requires a certain skill set. I think a lot of times, you know, especially with these young folk, they taking a lot of stuff for granted.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, and they're not understanding how powerful it is to say, hey, look, if this is what you're going to do, explore it in such a way where you want to see some type of mastery in it.
Yeah.
Not just, I know how to do it, you know, and I'm good at it. No. Be the best at it. You know what I'm saying? To your ability.
Yeah.
I don't think enough people telling them. Or the right people telling them how powerful they are. You know, like when I was growing up, my grandmother. I mean, shit. She told me I can do anything. You know what I'm saying? And I believed her. You know, and then my mama reinforced it. So I had both of them. You know, for them to be women, they raised me to be a man. You know, I know manhood just as good as any man. Being raised by women, you know, it's like for real, it's monumental because they taught me a lot of shit that I stand on today, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of kids nowadays, they got parents that I believe they forgot that they was kids before, or, you know, they had it rough. Like I had it rough, so I try to pacify the young in ways that I wasn't pacified, but I make them earn it, you know what I'm saying? It don't be just as easy as 1, 2, 3 because it was never easy for me, but I'm not trying to make it an obstacle either. You know what I'm saying? Respect where you coming from and it'll get you somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But she taught me, you know what I'm saying, values and respect. There's a lot of stuff that they don't have. And it's not their fault because we allowing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We draw back, even as parents, we draw back from the stuff. We don't want to hurt their feelings and none of that. Like they so sensitive nowadays. You know, you can't, like when I was growing up, if somebody said to me, motherfucker, and that was it, I'd have been a drug overlord. You know what I'm saying? I got put down steps. You know, I didn't say I got abused, but I had parental supervision. You know what I'm saying? So these kids nowadays, you can't even supervise them right. They got authority over you now. You can't pick parents, and it's crazy to me because parents that's my age, they understand the upbringing that I understand because we all grew up in the same era. So they teaching their kids to have authority over adults, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So if I'm disciplining your child, which I'm not going to be putting my hands on, I understand the times have changed or whatever, but if I'm telling your kid something and you got a problem with it, you're not supposed to come chastise me. You're really supposed to come chastise your kid because you know it, me as an adult, I'm not about to tell your kid nothing wrong. Yeah. But they take the kid side, especially, you know, the kid a fucking devil, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, but, you know, we got to do it together. They stopped doing it together. You know, we all individual. Cousins, you know, when I was little, if I got in trouble at my house, my mama didn't blame my cousin, which is her nephew. She blamed me because I was the one that did it. Nowadays, people, if your son did it, not my son, you know your son did it. You know what I'm saying? They come to the defense like they can't do no wrong when like you see these people doing, you know, you looking at them on camera, you still denying it. You got this nigga on camera, he looking at the camera, and you still gonna say it's not him. that's what's going on.
So let me ask you this too. So elaborate on who we invited for this walk, on the 17th.
So for the 17th, we invited entrepreneurs for the majority of what we did. But, even speaking on what you're saying, we're talking about the kids. But you know what?
Yeah, exactly.
I got a feeling we need to start with the parents.
Yeah.
We definitely need to start with the parents.
It's like we can be the best role models you want to be, but if they go back to the environment they're at and their parents are still the same way,
exactly.
Their parents need to recognize what they need to do to be better.
Start at home.
You can be a better version of yourself whenever you choose to, as long as you're living.
Yeah.
Just because you're a parent don't make you right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Listen, I was having a conversation with a partner of mine. Shout out to Henri, and he was sharing with me a conversation that he was having with his son.
Yeah.
Very smart young man, Evan Franklin. And he said, Dad, I've noticed a lot of things in this life, and this is out of the mouth of these kids. He said, Dad, I noticed a lot of things in life, they go in circles. He said, he was specifically talking about parents. And he said something to the effect of, he said, I noticed parents that had it hard, they raised strong kids, but strong kids grow up and they raise weak kids, and then the weak ones raise lazy ones, and then after a while it's so messed up they go back to being tough again.
I just read that not too long ago. I just read that not too long ago.
I read that about last week.
And hear me when I say, when we had this conversation, I got to thinking about it, because I said, man, there was a time in the 70s where black people, education was at the top of the list. Knowing our history was at the top of the list. And then there was a point in time and period where some things didn't get passed along. What, some of our history, our upbringing, and where we came from. I tell everybody, look, we some of the last Mohicans in our generation, real talk, because we saw, you used the PC as word, but you said you had a parental.
It's just like a representation of even carrying a last name.
I didn't want to say shit was tough.
Yeah. And sometimes it was abusive. Let's just be honest about that. Sometimes it was abusive.
But I say that to say that here's the deal. We also grew up in a time where if a teacher said something to you, yikes, I didn't want that getting back to my people.
Right.
No, because you're going to get your ass beat again.
I got my ass whooped at school.
Several times.
Man, I got my ass whooped at school.
Yeah.
Called myself, telling my mama, and got my ass whooped again, man. Like, what the fuck, y'all working together?
Yes. And that's what we need. That is exactly what we need in the school system, is everybody working together, the parents and the teachers working together. But when you got the kids seeing, if I go home and tell my mama you talk to me this certain kind of way, my mama gonna come up here and cuss you out. That's exactly where we went wrong.
Yeah, they got the authority, giving those kids authority.
And listen, I'm gonna say this too. Contrary to popular belief, yes, we got our ass whooped, but I will say that I feel like as we've evolved, I do feel like there's a better way to discipline kids from a foundational standpoint. I'm not opposed to ass whoopings, all right, completely. But I will say that something that kind of changed my mind was learning the difference between power and force.
Yes.
All right, and I when I sit and I studied it from a few different angles. All right, there was a book, there's actually a book called Power versus Force, but it talks about how you can tell if somebody's lying. All right, and how when people tell the truth, we actually retain our strength, and when people lying, and really it was about, how we vibrate and all this other kind of stuff. But I say all that to say that I believe that certain aspects of our discipline in our community, they stem from force versus power. And I'm a true believer that power stems from our words.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we can get to the point where we can discipline and teach respect from a power standpoint as opposed to a force, now we really working with something.
Yeah, all right.
And that's something we had to learn too. That's something we had to learn. It's kind of like, there's no book on how to be a parent. You know what I'm saying?
I had to be a human for real.
I had to apologize when I got older and realized things. I had to apologize to my kids for some of the things. I'm like, ooh, I might have had this wrong.
Would you
know
beat
what
your
saying?
kids too? No.
But oh yeah, I don't play. Because you know what? And the reason why I don't is because I don't want the streets to have to deal with that. Because what happens is if they don't have any control at home, the streets got something for everybody.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Because you'll run into that person that ain't buying whatever that is.
Yeah, that you're
and
trying to
so
sell,
my whole thing is, one, I never want police to have to touch my kids.
Yeah.
So before you get to that point, you probably don't want to see them before you see me, because I'm telling you, it's gonna be a problem. Because first of all, don't take nothing from nobody. Now, I've taught them all to protect yourself. Now, I'm not gonna let them be disrespected, but you better not be out here causing no problems, because I'm not losing everything I got to protect you, and you're wrong. So be respectful. I'll go with you all the way. I'll give to protect mine. I would never lie to you. I'll go all the way there. Okay. Please don't get it confused. But if you out here and you taking from people and you doing things that are dishonest or whatever, I'm not siding with that.
For sure.
But what do? I got to tell you all this, and before you go, just know I'm not putting up this house. So before you walk out this door, I had people, back in the day where the kids would take their parents' cars. You know what? It's so funny. I said, I tell you what, I do everything I can to raise you. If that car, I'm not moving my keys, I'm not hiding nothing. When that car hits the street, it's yours. I ain't calling. I ain't gonna call and say it's stolen the number. Keep going.
I know that's right.
Keep going. Keep going. You got it. You got a car. You keep going. If you let anybody talk you into compromising us, because you're gonna be in trouble. You're gonna put me in a situation. But if it's that bad, now if they take their parents' car, I ain't got nothing to do with that. But I tell you what, I'm not hiding my keys, my money, no nothing. Everything better be right where it's at. Period. And so I think discipline is important. I think it just, and I'm like that now, and they're grown.
Oh, same. Same. I still have action consequences conversations with my kids. It still have action consequences. So I think that we need to normalize evaluating ourselves as parents. I don't care what stage we're at or how old our kids are. I have 2 young adults, 23 and 20. And it came to a point, this happened years ago, where I called my daughter and I was in tears because I was like, dang, I didn't handle this particular thing right with you. And I'm sorry. Let's talk about it. If we need to go to therapy now because of the way I handled this with you, let's talk about it. Let's work through it. But baby, I'm sorry. And she was like, Mom, do you see what you've produced in disciplining me? Do you see what you've produced in giving me consequences to my actions? No, it didn't feel good at the time, but it was good for me because now I'm successful in A, B, C, and D. But I think even them being able to see, I can take accountability as a parent.
Absolutely.
For my actions can help them, to take accountability for their actions. Just because you're an adult and just because you're a parent doesn't mean that you do everything right. And it's okay to say, I didn't handle that properly.
I think too, something that can be said is, and this is something that we can use in all of our personal lives. We have to get to the point in life where we learn to ask ourselves powerful questions. Many people are scared to ask themselves questions, let alone have a conversation with their kid. Because I don't know too many adults. I started doing it with mine. I had a conversation very similar where I said, hey, listen, are there some things you want to talk to me about? Are there some ways in which when you was growing up that you feel as though you was traumatized? And if so, share them with me. Let's talk about them right now. And I think for me, that was I had never had an adult do that with me. But I made sure that I wanted to do it with my children because it was important for me to do exactly what you just said. Let me take some accountability or responsibility, or at least share with them why I thought like that at that juncture in time in my life. And if it was a way that I could have handled it better, or, you feel as though this is something that has been unresolved for you, because we all know when I went to the Muscle Whisperer lady and we got to releasing some trauma, man, there was some things that came up that I was thinking about. And I'm just like, man, she said, the body always keeps score. She said we store stuff in our bodies from the time we come on this earth, you know, till we leave here, and it stays within our muscles, it stays within our cells. And she said, listen, we not about to continue to just cope, manage, and deal with things. Yeah. I want you to release this. And again, maybe we'll talk about this next week, but when I tell you that experience was something that I never experienced in my life, because if I had to describe it to you, I would say that she created spots in my body where it had to come out. Yeah. And I was like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? And I read something that I learned while I was there is in life, we have to learn to accept things, because when we resist things, they bring us pain. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm talking about anything, like you said earlier, we have to learn to accept some things are going to be good in life, some things are going to be bad, sometimes we're going to win, sometimes we're going to lose. But when we resist those things, all right, and we just completely feel like, no, I'm not going to accept this thing to happen, we bring ourselves, you know what I'm saying, a lot of pain from that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So besides bringing some pain, what about some joy from these Oscars? So also, so that's this Friday, and you're an award-winning Oscar holder yourself. Okay, so
I'm looking for a second-year win. I want to bring it home.
There we go. So let everybody know too. What was the category that you won last year?
Best Business Podcast.
There we go. Yes. Clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up.
I did have a question about your podcast. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
So what was your favorite interview? Like, who was your favorite interview and why? She said you enjoy seeing them come to light. What's your most memorable?
It was an interview I did with a nonprofit called STEP, Services to Enhance People. I had two people, one who had 99 surgeries.
Wow.
She had half a brain, literally. When I tell you, and the other one had like 24 surgeries, and he was wheelchair bound. They came in that interview, they were the most positive people I'd ever met. They were on there giving advice. Never give up. You should always strive. And I'm looking at her, I cried. I literally broke down and cried in the interview because
I cried too.
It was amazing to see. I got all my faculties.
Yeah.
To see somebody to have, she literally has a half a brain, and they don't even, she's a miracle.
Yeah.
They gave up on her, and when I tell you, she works at the thrift store within the services. They have jobs. They go to work every day. They pick them up. They go to their jobs. When I say happy and just grateful to be living, and here we complain about every little thing. You know what I'm saying?
Not getting condiments at
you know, whatever. Right. You know what I'm saying? When I tell you,
stuff for granted.
It was so overwhelming for me emotionally because it wasn't nothing but God in that room.
Having the attitude of gratitude.
That interview, I tried to hold it. When I tell you, it got. Miles was looking at me, and I'm trying to keep it together, and they were looking, and they were just smiling. They kept saying, "Miss Lewis." And every time they said something, I couldn't hold it.
Yeah.
Because I was just so grateful, one, for them to give me the opportunity. They had never interviewed before, and for me to get the first opportunity.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
It meant the world to me.
Now, you know, you just said something about those tears, right? There's something I learned about tears recently. When we sneeze, we letting out, you know what I'm saying, toxins in our body. Urinate, same thing. When we defecate, all of that stuff. All right. When we release tears, okay, tears have toxins in them as well. Okay, they have things in the body that need to come out as well, and they're a beautiful thing. Whether they tears of joy or tears from sorrow. It has to be released. All right. And the body feels so much better when we release those things. And then that moment of empathy that you were, you know, sharing with them, your body needed that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that was a beautiful thing. I had an experience when I was on the table at one point, Miss Jacqueline walked away, and from my knees on up, I started feeling a sensation. I just started crying. Yeah. And I wasn't even sad about anything. It wasn't like I was having some type of bad emotional moment, but it was a release that was needed. And I was just like, wow, this is different. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was different.
And they were kind of consoling me. That's the part that was so bad. I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, but it's good. It was good tears. But when I tell you, they didn't drop not one tear. They were still just as excited. It was so bad, Miles started crying. Yeah. Yes. And he was like, but if you would have seen, they were miracles.
This man ain't got, this man ain't got no eyes. He cried.
Right.
No.
Said the man who has said on air, I ain't never cried over nothing.
Right, you know.
I ain't never cried over no broad.
But that's
we weren't even talking about
I want to say something about the kid hookup though. Like, I think they say you ain't supposed to be friends with your kids. I don't necessarily believe you should be a friend to your kid, but you should definitely build a friendship with your kid. You know?
Yeah. There's a difference. You can have a friendship with your children with healthy boundaries.
Yeah, because
you're going to still respect me as your parental figure.
That's where.
But you can definitely feel safe enough, open enough, and vulnerable enough to talk to me as a friend.
That's why I say not necessarily be their friend, but have a friendship. Because one thing I learned about friends, real friends, you can open up to them. You know, a lot of kids scared of their parents, so it'd be hard for them to open up to their parents because they fear the backlash or whatever. If your parent, you got a friendship with your parent, it'd be easier for you to communicate with your parent. You know what I'm saying? This is personal. I know for a fact that if I had a more friendlier relationship with my mother, I would have discussed more stuff with her that I did end up discussing with maybe my homeboys in the street or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't fear backlash from them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, or judgment.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We all had a story to tell, so it's like more relatable than being, shunned upon, or something bad gonna happen or something like that. You don't even fear the outcome of the conversation because 9 times out of 10 they gonna feed you back something equal to your pain or worse, you know what I'm saying? So it'd be kind of like camaraderie in the sense of brotherhood.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So look, say this hour done went by pretty fast.
I know, we went all over.
I know.
I love it.
So I want to give a big flex to our special guest, Laura Lewis, for coming back on through again. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Say once again, give out your information on how people can go ahead and follow you and support you and everything.
All right. So you can go to Instagram, Feel Healthy Vibes, Facebook page. It's Feeling Healthy Vibes. It's a community where we share recipes, healthy, vegan, and even all type of healthy recipes, low carb. We have all kind of different tips and everything, exercises. So you can go to that Facebook group. And then Detroit City Deals is on Instagram, and it's Detroit City Deals. And, of course, you can reach me at lauren@firstfitness.com. I really appreciate you guys.
No,
thank you for coming.
Thank you. Give a big flex to yourself.
Thank you for coming.
Everybody at home and everybody at home, give yourself a big flex. You know what I'm saying? And
Miles, you see my flex?
And we're going to catch y'all next week, y'all. 9 p.m. every Monday night, y'all. All right?
Yes.
Peace, y'all.